you didn't know that this Optimus Prime existed. You didn't know that it was also a girl, and you didn't know that it's named Yellow Splendid. It took me 4 months to put this together. I found this thing knackered and destroyed at a flea market, and I was able to, over the course of 4 months, mind you, put this thing back together. And I think it's totally worth it, at least for me. Now, it is pretty expensive on the aftermarket, so if you're looking for this thing, it is a bit tough, but the painting, the sculpting, the look, and the features of the thing is absolutely amazing. Like, it is fully loaded with action features, and I absolutely adore everything about this. Let's talk about those features. It has rubber tires and all pinned wheels, so it rolls incredibly smoothly. It has a flip out water cannon. The missile launchers all flip forward. An extendable ladder, which is tons of fun, especially on a fire truck, and the ladder can lift and rotate, and it's ratcheted. This is an older toy, so all that stuff is ratcheted. It also has lights and sounds.
Optimus Prime, maximize! Autobots, transform! Fire!
Like I said, the paintwork, the sculpting, everything on this figure is nice. It's from 2001 and it still looks incredible. It's still holding up today and is way better than anything we've gotten in recent times. It makes me incredibly excited for the HasLab, and I just overall adore this toy. The chrome, the yellow coloration, everything about it is just fantastic, and I cannot think of a better way to display RID-01 Prime in my collection than as the 03 exclusive. And for size comparison, we have channel mascot Laserfire and Machine Wars Hoist. This is a really large toy, and I've tried to give myself as much room as possible to talk about converting this thing to robot mode. And yeah, if the voiceover didn't do it enough justice, hopefully this does. This is an insanely gorgeous figure. So what I like to normally do is start off by flipping this up, and then this should just slide out. It's held on by 2 tabs right there. And from there, you can ostensibly take the trailer and set it off to the side. And that's what we're going to do. And we're going to focus on this. So what we want to do first is bring these in. Grab the front half of the cab. Bring these in. And then you want to grab it and kind of split it in half and just straighten everything out. From here, we can separate the legs. This is where the pistol is stored. By the way, if you didn't know, the pistol forms a front wheel, so this can actually form like its own front vehicle. Fold these around, rotate it to the front, open up these panels at the back, and fold out the feet until they click, and these tab in. Those will lock in. Same thing on the other side. Flip around the foot and fold in that panel. There's our lower half. From here, you want to bring these chunks out, slide these parts down, and rotate them forward. I have the hands rotated 180, but very easy fix. Same thing on the other side. Rotate them, bring these forward, rotate this back, fold these up into a V, and from there, slide that down, and there we have our Yellow Splendid, or RID Optimus Prime, in their base robot mode. Robot mode for Yellow Splendid is a beautiful affair of just swapping the red on the original for yellow, but it works out really, really well. The head sculpt is familiar yet different enough. The gray ears with the blue head and the smooth shapes to it really differentiates this one. The red chrome on the chest is very eye-catching, especially because the rest of the toy is yellow. The big thigh-high yellow wheel boots are incredible. Love those. And the posability on this thing, when I tell you that this 2001 toy has better articulation than Commander classes currently, I mean it. This thing is a powerful posing Penelope, and I absolutely adore the look of this thing when you get those butterfly joints moving, the ab crunch moving, the feet have ball joints, ball jointed wrists, waist swivel, and it has a dedicated tab for storing its accessories. That's incredible. I love that. It's also an incredibly clean transformation. Sure, the arm guards get a little bit in the way, but that doesn't matter when it looks this good.
I just adore this toy. From the colors, to the posing, to the stance. It is perfect. For size comparison, of course, once again, channel mascot Laserfire and Shattershock and Machine Wars Hoist.
Let's talk articulation in this mode, and for a figure from 2001, or 2000, because that's when the Japanese version came out, this thing is extremely, extremely posable. So, starting off at the head, there is a ball joint at the neck, so it can swivel side to side, it can tilt its ears, can look down, can look up just a little bit, 180, or yeah, 360 at the shoulder, butterflies in and out, bicep swivel, 90 degree at the elbow, and ball jointed wrists, which is pretty nice, although they are a little bit hindered because of the plate at the back. Something that they actually fixed on the HasLab is that this plate is shrunk now. Does have a waist swivel, and something that you can do, and I don't really like moving it past one click, but you can ab crunch this if you futz the transformation a little bit. It does cause the head to sink down just a touch, but that's just one click. If you do more than one, it starts really looking like there's no neck there. But if you do just one click, you can still get that ab crunch out of there. So that's pretty impressive. Again, like I said, waist swivel. Legs go forward, straight ahead about 90. They go out less than 90. If you move the backpack out of the way, they can go back about 90. Now they have a 90 degree knee with a boot swivel and ball jointed ankles. No heels. Really wish this figure had heels. It'd do a lot for this Optimus Prime. But for just the base robot mode, this has tons of articulation, and it sets us up to have a fantastic, absolutely fantastic super mode.
Everybody knows this toy for its super mode, but I wanted to cover its other modes, that being the base, which is okay, I don't mind it, and the in-between powered up mode, which is very strange because it only has one super mode fist, but it looks okay. I will probably never put it in this mode again. Let's get into combination. Plopping Yellow Splendid down into her boots and attaching the gloves feels like suiting up Iron Man, the way that this figure does. You slide out the shoulders on either side, revealing the large butterfly joints, clamping on the shoulder pads, giving an even wider stance and longer arms. The torso extension slides up super gracefully on a ratchet, and the last step is to slide on the t-shirt, giving it a powerful look. And finally, when it's all done, you have Super Mode, Optimus Prime, Yellow Splendid Convoy.
This is a huge figure and a major collector accomplishment for me. And normally I do the combination sequence and then we do some more beauty shots. We'll get to those beauty shots. Let's talk articulation in super mode, because it does actually lose some articulation, but it also kind of gains some. So bringing her forward, we do still have a ball joint at the head. This very, very lovely head sculpt. Love the super mode Optimus head sculpt. Love the silver, love the gold, greenish eyes, love the chrome pipes coming out the side. This looks incredible. So ball joint at the head can look left, right, a little bit up and down. Arms can still rotate 180. Now, because of those joints in the shoulders, you can actually slide these out, extend them, and give her bicep butterfly joints, not biceps. She does have bicep swivel still 90 degree at the elbow, does still have ball jointed wrists, although now they're more accessible, even an articulated thumb. Still has a waist joint. I would not use the ab crunch, although there is still technically an ab crunch in there. You can still technically get an ab crunch out of it. The legs still do move forward and back, still forward and back, bend at the knee, swivel. Just no foot articulation now. The big hindrance that this mode gives is the giant ladder hanging off the back. You can see there's the foot of it. You have to flip it around. But yeah, and you can pose the ladder. There's actually a hinge back here so you can move it to the side. Although it does tend to bump into the shoulder pad, so I like leaving it just hanging off the back. And my friend likes to point out that there is a port right here for the water blaster to give her a shoulder cannon, so you can do that, or you can still access the same storage port back here that was in the normal robot mode to store this. As far as features go in this mode, aside from the usual sights and sounds that this has, you know, which is still easily accessible, The main big bonus feature, aside from being the super mode, is that it does actually have a viewable Energon matrix. So you can see that, or matrix of leadership, depending on who you ask. But yeah, this is it. That's Fire Convoy. Let's get into the beauty shots.
With a design that is far removed from the original G1, I knew I couldn't talk about this figure alone, and I needed a second opinion to really tell you guys how good this is. So I asked my good friend, This Toy Makes Me Happy, to share his thoughts. Here's what he had to say.
RID 2001 is one of my favorite Transformers lines of all time, in no small part due to the flagship figure of the line in the form of RID Optimus Prime. He is, in my opinion, one of the best Optimus Prime designs. The alt mode was new and thematically perfect for the character, with tons of gimmicks and play features. The base robot mode carried on the tradition built from the Japanese Beast era of the new convoy leader sporting a unique design, but not abandoning the influence of the original, leaving us with something both fresh and cool, but also familiar. Some say the super mode is a parts-forming pop-apart puzzle, but you cannot argue with the final look. It is positively stunning and just cements the figure as one of the all-time greats. Ahem! No. But... No, this video isn't about you. I said no. Why not? Because we're guests on this channel, and I promised him we wouldn't do a bit. Fine. Anyway, thanks for having me on to talk. I just wanted to say I agree, and he's a great figure. Oh, sorry. Well, thank you for being mature for once. He is a great figure, and I'm so excited for the new HasLab version when it comes out. Wait, the what?
This took me 4 months to put together, like I said earlier, and I think that really means something. This isn't just a yellow Optimus Prime. This is representative of me as a collector. It's a monument to my collecting prowess and what I think I am as a collector. I really enjoy putting things back together, and like I said, this was a 4-month restoration journey, and thank you to everyone who watched and followed and subscribed in that time. Thank you to everyone who reached out and told me about parts on Instagram and Twitter. Thank you to my channel members. Thank you to my patrons, MioMioArt.com. Huge shout out to them. Huge shout out to Zach for collabing on this. And again, like I said, everyone who joined the Discord, everyone who reached out, thank you all so much. This has been a group effort, and I'm so glad to have been able to restore this, to share it with you guys, and to have it in my collection. Once again, huge thank you. This isn't the end of my collector journey. Obviously, I'm going to keep making content, but in the meantime, thank you all for watching. If you want to keep supporting the channel, 2 videos right next to Yellow Splendid. You can click those. Let me know what you think in the comments below, but I'll see you in the next one. This has been Bots Obsession.